Gisteren werd in het Azuria Event Center de Local Content Conferentie 2025 officieel geopend. De conferentie stond dit jaar in het teken van Financing the Future, Local Content, Green Growth en Partnerships. Tijdens zijn toespraak benadrukte Ashwin Adin, voorzitter van de Nationale Assemblée, dat deze conferentie het begin moet markeren van een nieuw tijdperk van partnerschap en betrouwbaarheid.
The future of Suriname demands a broader economic base. We must strengthen our productive sectors, develop agriculture, tourism, and provide small and medium enterprises the opportunity to grow alongside the energy and the mining industry. Therefore, the National Assembly will advocate policy continuity through a national productivity and diversification plan that we expect from the government. And of course, it can be put in the annual plan from the state in 2026. You can put it in the National Development Plan, the multi-year, 5-year development plan, that is for 2027, 2020, 2031. That has to be developed next year. You can put that in. But we expect the government to come with a national productivity and diversification plan, ensuring that the economic diversification becomes not merely a policy ambition, but a permanent part of the national legally defined development framework. Following this conference, with so many key stakeholders gathered, I intend to initiate the establishment of a parliamentary forum on economic transition. That will be a permanent platform where Parliament, entrepreneurs, government, and academic community collaborate in preparation for the forthcoming legislation on the oil and gas, local content, energy governance, and economic diversification, ensuring that knowledge and policy are systematically aligned. You've gathered everybody so nicely today, so it is just a formality for me to say I will make a parliamentary forum so that all these stakeholders can work through with our experts for the legislation to come. In her state address of 30 September 2025, our President, Her Excellency Jennifer Gerling-Simons, emphasized that local content legislation is among the core laws being prepared. She announced that in 2026, the National Local Content Program will be launched, aimed at local participation, knowledge transfer, and the sustainable integration of the energy sector into our national economy. The National Assembly fully supports this course. We will actively contribute to a local content legislation roadmap, Mr. Algo, to ensure that the benefits of the energy sector truly reach the people of Suriname, our workers, our entrepreneurs, and our academic institutions. That is our duty as representatives of the people. Yes, local content is a core instrument, but it is also a promise. A promise that whenever exploration, construction, or production takes place in Suriname, the rewards must be shared with the people of Suriname. We strive for legislation that fulfills that promise. A local content law that sets clear obligations for companies to involve Surinamese workers and enterprises with defined standards, contractual duties, and effective enforcement. In doing so, we will modernize the 1986 mining decree and embed local content firmly within our legal system. The National Assembly considers it essential that all relevant legislation, and I hope the Minister of Foreign Affairs sitting here today, be embedded with the National Local Content Program 2026 that the government will launch in 2026. It is expected that this program will focus on training, retraining, and certification of Surinamese professionals, and that in collaboration with educational institutions such as the Surinamese National Training Authority and the private sector, it will work towards knowledge, skills, and entrepreneurship. In this way, the next generation will not only be prepared to enter the energy sector, but the productive capacity of our entire economy will be strengthened. The establishment of a regional hubs in Nikeri, Kwamawena, Brokopondo is indeed necessary to ensure that growth and employment are distributed throughout the entire country. Providing fiscal incentives, investment funds, and simplified procedures will further strengthen the position of our local enterprises and lower the barriers of participation. Supervision in the field of health, safety, environment, and quality, how do you call it? HSEQ, will play a key role. Sustainable development requires growth that is safe, environmentally responsible, and people-centered. That is the only kind of growth that truly has a future. Other countries have walked this path before, of course, we know. Nigeria, Angola demonstrated that local content becomes effective only when supervision is strong and compliance is transparent. Suriname must therefore develop her own model that is realistic, just, and enforceable. Ladies and gentlemen, local content embodies what our Constitution, Article 6, says. It is enshrined in our Constitution, the pursuit of a sustainable environment and a sustainable economy that guarantees social justice and the well-being of our people. As Speaker of the National Assembly, I will, with conviction and responsibility, oversee the realization of this law and other legislation. I will ensure that the economic progress goes hand in hand with environmental protection, that foreign investment aligns with domestic empowerment, and that every development contributes to the welfare of the Surinamese people. Let this conference mark the beginning of a new phase of partnership and trust, a phase in which policy, parliament, and the private sector together build a Suriname that does not wait for opportunity, but creates it.